opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Minnesota Vikings. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Here's Travis Homer, the former Miami Hurricane. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. This defense for the Vikings, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. This is Homer. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. This defense for the Vikings, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Check back 16. Check back 16.
Gone. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Going on the ground with Homer. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. This defense for the Vikings, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
We're good. We're good.
Out of the gun. Gone. And that's out to the flat for Swift.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Lift. Kill. No.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Got him in. It's Brashad Perriman. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. They'll run this with Homer. And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 more on that one and another first down. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. This, the second meeting between these two division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Super 66.
Back to throw. Goff. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Nick Vigil able to get him for a loss of about 3. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Now it's gone. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Mond now off of play action. Dancing to his left. Big hold of the 30. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. And avoids the contact by sliding. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. These two teams, you may remember, they met in Minnesota earlier in the year with the Vikings coming out victorious. So if they can win again here in Detroit, they'd pull off the season sweep. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Well, they go play action here. Mond. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
And to put a bow on it, Next Gen Stats saying that traveled an even 66 yards in the air. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chaz Surratt showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Another try after the first down sack. Goff. Open man is Raymond. He's got it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
17. 17. 17.
He's coming, double up. Check three.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Vikings 7, Lions nothing.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Hey, come kill.
Check three.
11. 11.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Mike 16.
Hey, 76. 76.
16's coming.
76.
Oh, here we go. Oh, shift. Watch the shift. Watch the safety creep.
So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it second and 10.
Mike 16. Hey, here we go. Check 24.
Hey, shell.
Shift.
Goff now to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then because he'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield. And oftentimes, the QB ends up on his backside as he did there.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Lions on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be third and a mile.
Hey, 5.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Switch.
Super 1. Super 1.
Check Mike 16. You remember me?
From the gun, here's Goff. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hanson. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Let's bring it. Number 16.
14. 14. Hardball.
Kill.
Now Goff. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Chad Hansen, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21.
Hell, you won.
Here we go. Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Watch the curl, watch the curl. Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Eluding the pressure right. That's taken in by Hansen, complete. They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Check Mike 21, Mike 21.
Super.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got. What you got, Heavy?
Goff now looks to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2.
Check 26, check 26. Quit talking about it and bring it.
Mond looks to throw on first down. Completes it to Hardman. 7 yards the pickup there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
3 yards remain for second down. From the gun, here's Mond. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
Yards to go.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Mond going to throw it. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
I know we spent a lot of time talking about how the defensive backs read routes and make plays on the football. How about a good linebacker? Feeling the route, seeing the quarterback, jumps the play, and knocks it away. Really well done.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on the punt. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Second and 9 now from the 21.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Throw caught by Raymond. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
First down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Obama.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Goff now looking to throw. Open man is Quintez Cephas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Let's go. Hey, let's get there. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
On first down, it's gone. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. DeAndre Swift, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up second down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. I know he ain't got it. Hey,
Value 3. Value 3.
oh, you got D? Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Second and 10. Goff again. Oh, look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field.
DC.
Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Goff on third down. He'll get this off to Swift. And he is going to have the Lions first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
6-man.
Again, Goff. Escaping the pressure right. And yet again, Goff is intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity.
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Vikings. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now 14-0.
Vikings 14, Lions nothing.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
Watch the edge.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
6 guard. Check 6 guard. Check. Check hot route.
Here's Goff. Flushed out right. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it.
Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Off the play fake, Mond. Shakes off the sack. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The sack here, 2nd and 11. Another try after the first down sack. Mond taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
2nd and 10.
Back to the air, Mond. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Kene Nwangu, his intended target.
And it's 3rd down. Now Mond. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings.
Nicole Hardman hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And you'd think on third down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks. And I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result, because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Again, it's Homer.
And he powers his way up past the 30.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Gone. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Mond. That's complete. Okuegbunam. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2.
Ric Flair.
They'll look to run for it with Williams. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Catch is made by Hardman. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he's brought down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time, because let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Second and 12. Mond looks to throw. Flush to his right. And this pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 4 catches now on this drive alone. They can't stop him. It's another first down. Steps away to his left. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. That's a nice explosive play there, and this defense told us we have to have our eyes right on their RPO sets, and they did not have their eyes right.
I love that term, eyes right, meaning they have to be in the proper place and read your keys. And a smart thinking guy running an offense can see when you break down on that, and he took full advantage of it.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Romeo Okwara. What a play by him. That's a loss of 17.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation, because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Looking for the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Albert Okwuegbunam. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Rosas to add the extra point. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6.
Vikings 28, Lions 6.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
You better bring it. Mike 16, Mike 16. Push him back. Push him back. Sponge.
To throw is gone. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Mike 16.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And to give this time to the tailback. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8.
Mike 16, Mike 16. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Whip. Watch that.
Here's Goff. Open man is Raymond. He's got it. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Hey, check Mike 16.
Now Goff. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
2nd down at 5.
Here we go, D. Hell, you won. All day. Hey, watch this, watch this. Check 43.
Back to the running game with Swift. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Check Mike 16, check Mike 16. Watch the curl, watch the curls.
3rd and 2, Goff. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 23. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard. and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
He's going to keep this again. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. They go play action here. Mond. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And they get 10 yards there and convert on third. And this will be a Vikings first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Back to Nwangu again on first down. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Eluding, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 14. And did he get him? No, they'll mark him down at the 1-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Vikings add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
But that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
At their own 25-yard line.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Mike 16, Mike 16. Time to go, Knight.
Maverick, Maverick.
16's coming. Check Mike, check Mike. I got him.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff.
Throw caught by Raymond.
And he goes out right around the 39. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Hey. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Watch that.
Hardball.
Hey, check Mike 16, check Mike 16. Let's go.
Throwing again is Goff. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the run. Number 16's coming, check.
Super 1.
Watch twist. Hey, check Mike 16, check Mike 16. Watch the screen. Watch twist.
Hey, 5.
Shoot.
Out of the gun, Goff. He's going to let it fly. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the 6.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Tiger.
He don't want it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Watch the curl.
DC.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
They'll try to run this one in. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
Hey, tight down. There you go. Hey, check Mike 16.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistake. symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And they take a knee. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all